Hello friends, in this video we will know about the basics of question making for cognitive domain. The objective of this learning unit is, after the completion of this unit, learners will be able to prepare questions as per the levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Friends, we all have sound knowledge about Bloom's taxonomy. It has 6 different levels named as knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis and evaluation. Let us discuss one by one. The first level of Bloom's taxonomy is knowledge, means remembering previously learned material. The skills to be demonstrated are observation and recall of information, knowledge of dates, events, places, definitions, laws, knowledge of major ideas, mastery of subject matter. The keywords to be used while framing questions on knowledge base are list, write, define, tell, state, show, label, collect, examine, tabulate, quote, name, who, when, where, what, etc. Let us see some examples. What is a quadratic equation? State Euclid's division lemma. Tell the conditions for finding nature of roots of a quadratic equation. Tell quiescent rule in derivative. Define slope of a line. So these are the types of questions basing on knowledge part. Now the second level of Bloom's taxonomy is comprehension. Understanding the meaning of remembered material, usually demonstrated by explaining in one's own words or citing examples. Skills to be demonstrated are understanding information, grasp the meaning, translate knowledge into new context, interpret facts, compare, contrast, order, group and infer causes, predict consequences. The question cues or the keywords to be used are summarize, describe, identify, interpret, contrast, associate, distinguish, estimate, differentiate, discuss, extend, give example and give counter example, evaluate, etc. Let us discuss some examples. Identify the quadratic equations from the given list of equations. Means some set of equations will be given and the student will identify the quadratic equations among them. Find 234 by 9 and discuss the result in Euclid's division lemma form. Distinguish between linear equation and quadratic equation. Identify the functions whose derivative can be found out by using quiescent rule. Evaluate the slope of the line passing through the points 1, 2 and 3, 7. So these are the examples of question on comprehensions. Now the third level of Bloom's taxonomy is application. Using information in a new context to solve a problem, to answer a question or to perform another task. Skills to be demonstrated are use information, use methods, concepts, theories in new situations, solve problems using required skills or knowledge. The keywords to be used are apply, demonstrate, calculate, complete, illustrate, show, solve, examine, modify, explore, etc. Now let us see some examples. Solve the quadratic equation x square plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0 by using method of completing square. So this is the question on application. Calculate the SCF of 234 and 9 using Euclid's division lemma. Examine the nature of roots of the quadratic equation x square plus 5x plus 6 equals to 0. Explore the derivative of the following implicit functions. Means some implicit functions will be given and students will find their derivative. Calculate the angle between the two straight lines passing through the points 1, 2 and 3, 7 and minus 2, 7 and 1, 9. So these are few examples basing on the fourth level of Bloom's taxonomy, that is application. Now the next level is analysis, breaking a piece of material into its parts and explaining the relationship between the parts. The skills to be demonstrated are seeing patterns, organization of parts, recognition of hidden meanings, identification of components, theorems, etc. Conclusion oriented. The keywords to be used are analyze, separate, order, explain, connect, classify, arrange, divide, compare, select, explain, infer, etc. Now let us discuss some examples. The first example is a MCQ questions here. For the equation x square plus kx plus 6 equals to 0, how many of these statements are true? The student will analyze and then connect with the concept. The options are given. Number 1, if k equals to 3, the equation has no roots. If k is greater than 3, the equation has 2 roots. If k equals to 4, the equation has equal roots. If k is less than minus 4, the equation has infinitely many roots. The second example is like this. An army contingent of 616 members is to march behind an army band of 32 members in a parade. The two groups are to march in the same number of columns. What is the maximum number of columns in which they can march? The third example is like this. Given the graph of trigonometric functions y equals to sin x, y equals to cos x, and y equals to tan x, how are these graphs related? That means students will analyze these three graphs, y equals to sin x, y equals to cos x, and y equals to tan x, and they will check how they are related. They will conclude the conclusion here. Now the next question is calculate the slope and y-intercept of the straight line shown in the graph. Students, some graphs will be given. Student will analyze the graph and they will get the result. Let fx be a third degree polynomial. The next question, let fx be a third degree polynomial. How many roots can fx have? Explain. Now the next level is synthesis. Putting parts together to form a new whole, pattern or structure. The skills to be demonstrated are use old ideas to create new ones, generalize from given facts, relate knowledge from several areas, predict, draw conclusions. The keywords to be used here are combine, integrate, modify, rearrange, substitute, plan, create, design, invent, compose, formulate, prepare, generalize, verify, construct, predict, describe, etc. Now let us discuss some examples. Verify that 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 up to n is n into n plus 1 by 2. The second example is like this. Describe the procedures to find the prime factors of a given number. Third question is design an experiment to check whether a given relation is equivalent or not. Describe some patterns that you recognize in the construction of Pascal's triangle. What prediction can you make from this graph? So these are few examples, synthesis type of questions. Now the next level is evaluation. Arrive at a reasoned judgment. The skills to be demonstrated here are compare and discriminate between ideas, assess value of theories, presentations, make choices based on reasoned argument, verify value of evidence, recognize subjectivity. The keywords to be used are assess, decide, rank, grade, test, measure, recommend, convince, select, judge, explain, discriminate, support, conclude, compare, summarize, justify, etc. Now let us discuss some examples. Given the following solutions of a linear equation, is the process correct? Justify. Means the solution of one linear equation is given here. 3 plus 2t is equals to 1 plus 3t. Then 3 plus t will be equals to 4t. Now 3 is equals to 3t. So t equals to 1. During verification, t equals to 1 also satisfy the equation. So here the equation is given. Solution obtained is t equals to 1. T equals to 1 satisfy the equations, but the method is not correct. That students will justify. The second example is explain the procedure of solving a problem using completing square method. The third example is like this. Justify your reason for choosing the strategy selected. Suppose sets of linear equations are given and students will choose one method to solve it from the different types. Which one is equal to y equals to x plus 2? Now options are given. Y equals to x square minus 4 by x minus 2, y equals to 2 plus x square ka root over, y equals to x cube plus 2x square plus x plus 2 divided by x square plus 1. Calculate the amount of paint needed to repaint the classroom if 10 liters of paint required painting 10 square units. So here the students will select, decide, recommend and then summarize the result. Friends, we discussed about the Bloom's taxonomy, all the 6 levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Thank you friends for watching this video. In the next video, we'll discuss about basics of question making for affective domain. Thank you.